Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and shout out to all of you guys who are always here on time, even when I'm not on time. Y'all here. Shout out to y'all. So tonight we're going to be talking about Future and his mess. We're going to go through social media, and I'm going to go through a couple of the stuff that has been going on. I was supposed to address this in the other live, but the other live, it just got a little bit too heavy for me to attach other stories to it. So I'm going to spend about 30 minutes going through the mess with y'all around social media that has been kicking up. And we're going to start off with Future because, as you guys should already know, Future belongs to the streets. Okay. So for the longest time, he has been going back and forth with this DNA battle with this woman by the name of Eliza Reign. Well, he kept on trying to procrastinate getting, the DNA test. He tried to keep throwing her through all these hoops, trying to silence her. He didn't want anybody to know that he had a brown-skinned baby mama. He wanted people to think that he only messes with the light-skinned chicks. And he felt rather embarrassed that a beautiful black woman was coming out and speaking out. And, I guess it was ruining his reputation because he just was not here for it. So finally, after months and months and months and months of delays and, all kind of obvious colorism and colorist approaches to the situation, he finally took a DNA test and it proved that he is, in fact, the father. So they proved what we all knew because while he was giving her all these hurdles and he was making her jump through all of these hoops, she had already teamed up with another baby mama of his and had their kids tested for probability of paternity. Paternity. It's not paternity. The word that I'm looking for is not paternity. Is it parentage? Probability of parentage with the children to see if they are siblings. And in fact, they were siblings. So we already knew he was the pappy. The baby looked like him. And, it was clear as day that he was the pappy. He just didn't want to admit that he was the pappy. And now we know for a fact. So once this came out that he was, in fact, the pappy, he felt all types of ways. He was sending all kind of subliminals talking about, women need to not tell their business online. He even clapped back at Masika. So if you see to the right, I'm not sure. Let me bring this a little bit closer. So under this post, Masika had commented. And she had commented to Future and she's like, go ahead and send that happy belated Mother's Day tweet that you sent to the fleet. And then Future, I guess he didn't like what she was giving and he didn't like what she was saying. So he clapped back at her and he was like, you know me in real life. Find someone else to comment on. And he just wanted all the smoke. So he followed this up with a series of tweets in regards to the situation. He said, keep it pushing in one tweet. Then he also posted up another tweet that said, teach these hoes how to keep their business off the internet. This is the same one who always tell his business to the internet. He mad because, his business is out in the street that he got 9 baby mamas. He don't know how to protect himself. He don't know how to keep his willy protected. He got to get that little willy wet. And he got to be able to feel the wet. And feeling the wet causes children, honey. So he's mad that he got 9 children. And he's mad that she exposed it. And he's mad that he's in this situation. But the only person that you need to be mad at is yourself. So fast forward to him making subliminals about his baby mama. I think he even chimed in on Tekashi 6ix9ine and his baby mama. I don't know where she interpreted. I don't know where Tekashi baby mama felt like he was coming for her. I really don't know how that worked out. If y'all know, let me know. But I wanted to talk about Future and how he, in fact, belonged to the streets. A hot ass mess. Learn to use a condom, learn how to wrap your wee-wee up, and you won't be running into these problems. Now that brings me on over to the neighborhood talk, and we're going to talk about Black Chyna. So, as you guys know, these love and hip hop reality stars, these different social media influencers, and Black Chyna amongst all of them have been popping up left and right with OnlyFans pages. Just the other day, Kaya called out Safari and Ericka, and she talked about the fact that, like, how are y'all married, but y'all already going to desperate measures to be having an OnlyFans page? And they felt the need to, parade their finances and show, like, listen, I'm making six figures, that. And they tried to point out the fact that they're making all this money. I'm going to show you guys this, and then we're going to go back to Black Chyna. So this is what Kaya had to say about Safari and Ericka.
Accounts for food and water together as a couple. Let's talk about a goddamn order. Just get married not a year ago and just had a newborn baby girl, and these motherfuckers making fans only and Pornhub account. We the people want to know why you two motherfuckers got married and y'all out here dry begging. Y'all putting on for the gram like y'all got all of this goddamn money. And can't pay your bills. We ain't been on lock for 45 days and you motherfuckers already broke selling y'all on the mother fans only. Ericka get money, had to follow in her footsteps and create her OnlyFans only account, because she needed milk for her child because her titties done dried up. She ain't breastfeeding no mother. So, say it ain't so. You'd rather be a hoe than to breastfeed your mother child, girl. Safari set up a page and you didn't want to be outdone, so you set up a freak page, girl. We the people want to know how y'all just got married and bored with each other already. Accounts for food and water together as a couple.
Okay, so that's what Kaya had to say. And, Safari and Ericka, they both decided to show how much they grossing from OnlyFans and how much they're making. And I mean, I get it. You're getting a bag from it, which is cool. But I also do feel Kaya's perspective of her saying, y'all just got married. And not only did y'all just get married, y'all also have a newborn baby. And this is the links that you're going less than 45 days into quarantine. It just does seem a little bit weird, despite, like, you making money, cool. But it's still like, what's going on that you resorted to that? And then, Ericka, she also offered up her finances. Well, Black Chyna, as you guys know, she was charging $50 for people to be on her OnlyFans. And now she has revealed that she is going to capitalize on this. And she is going to make a show where she shows the lives of people who watch and do OnlyFans. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of her trailer, and then we're going to get into some other things.
My main source of income right now is OnlyFans.
Last month, I went up 400% of what I was making before.
I feel like this is the perfect opportunity for women to start their own businesses.
Anywhere from 100,000 to this month should be 120, 150,000.
In 1 month, you made over $100,000.
Yes. A lot of it.
They start going and pulling panties up in the man's butt. I don't want to see all that. But anyway, so I want to ask you guys, what do you think about all of these celebrities signing up for, or the reality stars? Because I don't even know if I classify them the same on the celebrity range. But, what do you think about all of the people now signing up for OnlyFans? What do you think about, Black Chyna, Safari, Tahiri? I think, who else had OnlyFans? There's so many people, and it's a new person, a new reality star with an OnlyFans every single day. And I want to know, do you think that this is, cool, just get your money? Or do you feel like this is them adapting and like, listen, I can't, do booking, so I'm going to do this way? Or do you think that it's kind of desperate that they have to go to these lengths and these measures to keep income in their pockets? What do you guys think about it? One thing I do know is Chyna know how to get that coin. She gonna make a way out of no way. She gonna try to keep from being in the streets. And I feel like that is a good idea to make a show around, because it is interesting as to the money that they're making, what they have to do on camera. But it's like, you're doing that now. You're doing that now to get money, and it's fast money coming in. But what about later in life when your kids get older? What about, when your kids have to see you bent over, busting it wide open on camera, and they go to school? Like, I feel like a lot of people are living in the now. And I think I talked about this on my last live. Somebody made the point that a lot of people are living for the now. They're living for the moment of right now and not thinking about the long run. Like, what happens when your kids get older and they see you popping puss and their friends are sharing it around the schoolyard? You know what I mean? So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that it is what it is? It's a way to make money. You could do what you do. You make it how you live, get it how you live. Or do you feel like this is some type of desperation? Me, I don't know. Like, it's not my kid, so I can't police what they do and how they look to their kid, but I just kind of am interested to know how you guys feel about it. I'm dropping the StreamYard link in the chat. I'm going to be live for a little bit longer, and we're going to go through a couple more stories. So now let's go on over to Miss Carly Red's X-Man. Now, I haven't watched Love and Hip Hop in a long time. I can't even tell you guys the last time I watched Love and Hip Hop. So I don't even know who this guy is, if he made his way onto the show. I ain't seen the show in a long time. But all I do know is now he is in hot water, and he done been arrested because he wanted to file for a $2 million paycheck protection program, which is a pandemic loan. And instead of using it for his trucking business, because I guess he has a trucking business where he has like these, the diesel trucks or whatever, instead of using it to hire employees and do all the things that he's supposed to, he out here buying Rolexes and using the stimulus money, the program, the pandemic money to fund his lavish lifestyle, and even drop $40,000 on child support. Let me go to the neighborhood talk and read to you guys what it says over here. It says, neighbors, get into this story. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta cast member Maurice Fain, or better known as Mo, Carly Red's Not So Boo, has been arrested on federal bank fraud charges in connection to a loan he obtained during the coronavirus pandemic that was supposed to help his employees. According to WSB TV, he allegedly stole money loaned through a paycheck protection program that was meant to assist hard-hit employees and businesses, and used it to buy jewelry and other personal items. It says the defendant allegedly took advantage of the emergency lending provisions of the Paycheck Protection Program that were intended to assist employees and small business battered by the coronavirus, said U.S. Attorney Young of Northern District of Georgia. We will instigate and charge anyone who inappropriately diverts these critical funds for their own personal gain. It said, for those who didn't know, Fain is a sole owner of a Georgia corporation called Flame Trucking. According to documents, he applied for a loan totaling in $3,735,500. He said he claimed that this money would be used to retain workers and maintain payroll, and well as make mortgage and utility payments. Within days of his loan being approved, Fain took himself on a shopping spree. He purchased $85,000 in jewelry, including a Rolex presidential watch, a diamond bracelet, and a 5.73 carat diamond ring for himself. And on top of that, he paid $40,000, like I told you already, for child support. The case is still ongoing, but Fain denies using the loan for his personal agenda. Whoo, child, the ghetto. The ghetto, honey, the ghetto. You dig? What do you think about Future or Carly's man? Which one are you chiming in for?
Either one of them, but Future, Future gonna be Future. We all know Future gonna keep having kids. But him right there, he just getting money. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what he been doing, is scamming. But the OnlyFans part, me, I know
Uh-huh.
somebody that's into that and they getting money.
I mean, they showing their records, they showing that they getting money, but my question is what happens when your kids start seeing this kind of stuff?
That's when they get old enough, just buying some Jordans, do something, But right now, you need to get this money. It's a new wave. Like since coronavirus, a lot of people not working, getting money, especially people like the celebrities, that's doing
Uh-huh.
music or whatever. But yeah, I don't blame them. And then look at the numbers they putting up there.
So you about to start your OnlyFans?
I got one already, Nick. If I show you my numbers, boy, it'd be out the world.
You really got an OnlyFans?
Yeah,
Oh hell no.
they call me Shouty Long.
And what you doing on there?
What you mean when I'm doing on there?
What kind of material do you got on there?
It's me on there.
I know, but what you doing on there?
I ain't doing nothing on there, Nick. I ain't doing nothing on there. But what you feel about Future though?
I feel like Future is a mess. I feel like he's a colorist. I feel like he's only mad at Eliza because he don't want to be associated with a brown skinned woman, and he don't want to make it seem like he's being irresponsible out here, and he wants to place the blame on other people. I feel like he is a man who before he had money didn't get no play with women, and now that he has money, he has a lot of play with women. I see a lot of women comment and they be like, "Oh, he fine." I'd be like, "Fine where? He is not cute to me at all. I don't think that he had the time of day before he had money." And I feel like now he is, abusing his, I guess, influence, as you will, with going through as many women that he can that wouldn't have gave him the time if he was broke. And he
Right.
needs to own up to it and protect his Willie. Because if he got all these babies, imagine how many other things that he done got that wasn't a baby.
Yeah.
Like imagine, you don't get 9 babies without getting hit by the bug of some kind of sort.
Right.
Come
You
on
gotta
now.
know that these females is out to get pregnant by you to get a check. Like, and the females that's getting pregnant, bam, we all know that y'all want to get pregnant. Like, come on.
Yeah, but you got to think that the man, it's not about the female. And I hate when people always try to act like the female is just fucking the nigga to only get a check. And they act like these celebrity niggas are not thirsty. I know firsthand how thirsty these niggas could be. It's not hard to fuck them. And a lot of the times it be them pressing you to have sex with you. And they be the ones who be low down. So I hate when people try to put that rep on women. Like, like there's
No, I agree
just
with you on that
doing all of that. Like
110%.
these dudes, you
Men,
see, he got
period.
9 babies. He
But
got
at the
9
same time, as
children.
a woman, you know his MO, and we all know Future. So any woman that's get pregnant by Future here on out, since Nick
After
Live,
9, of course, yeah.
come wrong with you unless you just want to get pregnant, man. Like, what's the problem?
Right,
If he start putting up posts about you, saying, little slick stuff, hey, you should expect that.
right. A mess. Well, thank you for coming on. I'm gonna go on over to Sin, and I'm gonna try to breeze through this real quick.
Hey, like and subscribe to my channel, You Dig Entertainment, OnlyFans page, the whole nine.
A hot ass mess. All right. Um, TEK.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, which topic did you want to chime in on?
I want to talk about Carly Red's boyfriend.
Okay, go ahead. And can you turn down your TV in the back?
Hold, 1 second.
Or can you just walk into? Okay, I don't know what happened there. All right, Sin.
Yeah. What I want to say, I want to talk about what's his name, Future, and his new baby mama. I just feel like anybody that gets pregnant for Future right now, they are doing it for a check. Like there's no other explanation because he already has like 7 children, and we've seen it time and time again where they'll have to take him to court to get money, yada yada yada, and they keep getting pregnant by him. I don't get it. Like anybody that gets pregnant by Future is their fault, and they want to get pregnant. You know what I mean? That's why I didn't really care about the whole Eliza Rain situation because I feel like she did it intentionally. Because she already knows his track record, right? So
Right.
why would she wanna be with that kind of guy? Is that the kind of guy she wants to spend the rest of her life with? Is she trying to plan a future with him? Like, what is it like? Even when he was with Sierra, see how he treated her, you know. And Sierra is like a beautiful woman, and yada yada yada, and he could even stay faithful to her. So, why would he do right by your child? It's just weird. To me, I feel like it's irresponsible to get pregnant by Future. To be honest with you, that's just what I feel about it.
Right.
And they do it for money. There's no other explanation. They do it for money. And I know it takes two, but
It
like me,
definitely takes two. I don't believe
yeah.
that. I don't agree with the rhetoric that these men are, because I feel like by that it's taking away the accountability of the man. I feel like if
Mm.
you say that the girl wants to get pregnant, I feel like you should also be saying that the man wants to get her pregnant because he's the one who knows when he's about to come. He knows when his
Nah,
kid
Nick,
he
I
could
don't think so.
he could
No,
pull out. So he has more control over the situation in my eyes than the woman does.
no, I think she
So
has. To be honest with you, I think she has. I think guys, it's natural for them to want to come in here. Like that's just the normal
no,
way.
it's not
If
when
but
babies happen.
yeah, it is. It is.
No,
If
it's
the girl doesn't
not.
want to get pregnant, she'd be like, "Here, use a condom." You know what I mean? Like, to me, they know exactly what they're doing. I'm sorry. Like, women are even more responsible than men. So you are the one that's gonna have to take care of your child. Do you get what I mean? So if you get pregnant by this guy, you're the one that's going to carry the child for 9 months. You're the one that's going to cater to the child, even though your husband or your boyfriend is perfect and he does everything right. You know what I mean? You're that child's mother. So you know in your head that, okay, if I get pregnant, I'm bringing a life into this world. To me, I just feel like it
Okay.
shouldn't
But
be,
he
it's
also
your
is that.
responsibility.
Ooh, I got an Amber Alert. What's going on?
Oh,
Um, okay, it
really?
says green Honda Civic plate 6GXX720 Amber Alert. So if y'all in Cali, y'all see that, pull them over. Um, I disagree with you. I feel like it's both, as just as well as the woman is carrying them. Yes, it is our body. Yes, it is our child that we are carrying, but it's also he's also the father. It also takes two. So I just don't agree
Yeah,
with
but
that.
don't start crying on Instagram when he doesn't pay his child support. That's just what I'm saying. Don't start, throwing shade on Instagram and doing all that stuff
Why not?
when he doesn't do his responsibility because you know exactly what future is and you know how what it stands for. So whatever happens after that, that's on you. Like, don't tell us about that shit. That's just how I feel. And who else again are we talking about? OnlyFans. Okay, the whole OnlyFans situation. I see it like this. Normally, yeah, Nick, are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Normally, yeah, all these celebrities, like female celebrities and things like that, if you go on their Instagram page, you see them in bikinis, you see them flaunting their bodies, the whole Fashion Nova thing. So most of the things they do on Instagram for free, they can do it on OnlyFans and make money. Do you understand? They're already half naked on Instagram. So OnlyFans is not really gonna change anything. It's just a way for them to make more money and there'll be incentives and things like that. But to me, I feel like most of them, like Black China, we've literally seen everything, right? Ericka Miller, we've literally seen everything. Safari, we've literally seen everything. So it's just like an extra dollar. And I wouldn't do it, but I don't blame them. Like right now, they're not really making any money. You know, entertainers are suffering a lot during this Corona period. So I guess they are doing what they have to do to survive. And in the case of your children are gonna see it. For me, how I see it is this: every single generation that comes up is evolving. You know, our generation evolved to the point where the things that wasn't happening before is happening now, like all these Instagram stuff, how social media plays a role in everything. So the next generation that comes after us, which is our kids, they're going to be way more advanced than us. All these things that we feel like is a big deal, I don't think it's going to be a big deal for them, to be honest with you. Because 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I don't think the people that came before us would think that social media will have the power it has right now, with the way everything is going, with the lifestyle, with society. So imagine what's going to happen to the people that are coming behind us. So I feel like they're going to be worse than us, to be honest with you. They're gonna be
Oh,
worse than
okay.
us. Yeah.
All righty. Well, thank you for chiming in.
All right. Cool.
All right.
All right.
We have Nia.
Hey, how you doing? And you
Hi.
did. How you doing? It's me again. from few shows ago. But
Oh, okay.
I just wanted it's me from a few shows ago. I just wanted to, give a little input on what you was talking about. So
Go ahead.
oh, okay. Well, for starters, I feel like the women who want to get with Future, they know what they doing. They know exactly what they doing, and they want to try to go ahead and get pregnant by a guy who was making money at the time and who was on top
So
of
do
his
you so
game.
do you view that as far as Lori? So do you think that she's a woman who has a big following, she's a model, she's making money on her own? Do you apply that same rhetoric that she's trying to get pregnant by him because she's dating him?
Oh, I didn't know she was trying to get pregnant by him.
No,
But
I'm saying your rhetoric. You said that the girls know what they're
yeah,
doing,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that they all are
definitely.
trying to get pregnant by him. So I'm
Yeah,
saying, do you
maybe.
say that with Lori also? Do you feel like
Yeah,
she's trying
all the
to?
girls, any girl he deal with, because look, even though Future may not be that fine in a lot of people's eyes, he's a charming guy, I'm sure, and I'm sure that if you come across him, you have one conversation with that man, he gonna be like take you off your feet type of situation, because he's straight from Atlanta, so all of them from Atlanta is just like players already. You know what I'm saying? So he may not be fine to a lot of people, but he could spit some game to you to make you want to do some things.
Okay, so if he gamed them up, how could you then say that? Because you kind
It,
of contradicting yourself because you're saying that they're purposely out to get him, but then you're saying that he's the one gaming them up.
nah, but see, nah, I ain't saying that. What I'm saying is any female that get with Future, right? And they know his past already. They already know what they getting themselves into, and Future already know what he getting himself into. Because if it's one of those women out there that's just looking for a guy or a famous person or whatever, and they just run across Future and they just been liking Future all this time, and they get the opportunity to do some freaky things to him, then that's what it is. Future gonna be down with that. He not gonna just be like, nah, I ain't finna do that. He gonna do it. But he also charming. So like I said, a lot of people who may not think he cute or whatever, he's still a charming fella. I'm pretty
So
sure.
what if they
You
was just
know.
charmed by him and they weren't just trying to get babies because he got money? You said
Well,
that
it
he's
well a
charming
lot of
because
I'm just I didn't because like I said I didn't know. I just know that from what y'all say about how many kids he got. I don't or baby mamas. I don't
he's
really.
got 9.
Oh, he got 9 baby mom. Okay, so that's just okay. All right, then that's just like shout it low. He had a lot of baby mom. He had like 11 baby mamas or something. You know what I'm
But
saying? But he took care of all his family though.
what part do you hold Future accountable for? None of it?
Uh, I mean, all everybody accountable because it take two to tango. It don't take one person to put something in play in order for it to happen. It has to, unless they getting drugged or something like that, unless. But 9 times out of 10, if that female is checking out that guy, and this is in general, and that guy is checking out that female, and they already got a chemistry from looking at each other's eyes real quick, then boom, it could go into all types of stuff. You can make eye contact with anybody and
I'm not
not
understanding.
feel them. You not understand what I'm saying?
No. But
Wow,
I'm
I'm
gonna let
trying
you
to
make
get you.
Okay, go
Huh?
ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you to understand. See, I don't know about Future getting Lori Harvey pregnant or anything like that, but all I'm saying is that a female such as her and a guy such as him, they know what they're getting themselves into. She already knew he had 9 kids or 9 baby mamas or whatever he got. She already knew that. She knows she getting herself into, you know. And it may not be for the money because She already a supermodel. She just doing it just strictly because he know how to talk to her. Period. And she
All
know how to go for what it is that she thinks she's looking for in a guy, and also turning a blind eye to what he have going on to just focus on him. Period. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how I feel about Future. I like Future. I never really listened to none of his music, but I like Future though, and I mean the guy got
you
problems
don't
like
listen to his
everybody got.
music, but you like. He don't even have that much of a personality that he shows. What
I'm
do
saying
you like?
I like some of his music, but I don't listen to it. Like I'm an R&B person, so I'm
Uh-huh.
not no rap. I don't listen to a lot of rap, but when I do hear it, it's okay. But I don't really like R&B and soulful music and stuff like that. But yeah, that's how I feel about Future. And I also want to say about the fans only though. All right.
Yeah.
It's this female I followed on Instagram. She used to do a lot of freaky things on there. She couldn't, the Instagram done flagged her so many times. Then she ended up going to get a fans only, and she left Instagram. And she is now doing very well over there at fans only. Like,
Mhm.
she already was doing it on Instagram, so why not go on and take it to get paid? Now, as far as the celebrities, um, I mean, they could do it too if they feel like they want to, get some money for showing their body parts. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but body. You ain't got everybody got the same thing. You know what I'm saying? A man look like a man, a woman look like a woman. Even if a man try to look like a woman who got a woman part, like it doesn't matter at this point. It's 2020. A lot of
Oh
people say,
my.
and a lot of people don't care about a lot of things, man. It's not the same. It's not the
Mhm.
same. It's not the same like it was back in 1992. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. This is 2020, and these folks out here don't care. This
All
just
right.
they don't care about nothing. All
All
right. So
right.
then,
Well, thank you.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No,
So
we
I
got
got.
we got a lot of people on the line. I gotta cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh
I got
wait, wait.
I
I got
got
this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in the queue waiting to talk.
Oh, okay. Wait. I got to tell you about
And
this
I gotta
new
wrap this
site I
up.
just found. It's
Uh-huh.
called. It's called Chatterbait. And they get a lot of money over there too. It's almost like a porn hub, but it's live, so it'll be a lot of people over there doing a lot of things. I just wanted to let y'all know about it. All right, you go ahead, cut me off now, Neek.
Okay, thank you. All right, Face by B. We gotta wrap it up because I gotta get through this real quick.
Yeah, I understand. I just want to say about Future, the other two. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you. I hear water running or something.
Okay. Oh, my bad. Let me get on fried chicken. Uh, the other two callers, to me, I feel like they place the blame on the woman more. And yeah, it takes two to tango. But one thing about it is when you're dealing with a narcissist, and I hate to throw that word, but he is one. One of the beginning stages of dating with a narcissist, they will make it seem like it's all about you, like you're vibing just to get that natural high off of you wanting them. And I was listening to the stuff that Liza Rain has said before, and her had been dealing with each other for quite some time, and they were like friends. So I could kind of way see where she might feel like they had a bond, and maybe that he was better than what he's doing. So I don't really I don't like how she conducts herself, but I don't blame her for her making a noise because it took if she hadn't have said anything, then he would never have taken a DNA test. And secondly, with that, also like I feel like now that he's dated Lori Harvey, it's like now he's trying to date up because everybody besides Sierra really isn't a celebrity. They're kind of like they all right, but he really ain't been with nobody like that. So now it's kind of like he trying to make himself under a different light, like he I don't know, like he's better and stuff like that. But he talking about her putting business on Instagram, but I mean he ain't had no problem putting Lori on Instagram. He had a problem putting Josie on Instagram, who knowingly admitted to a blogger that her and Future were purposely trying to get pregnant, and she leaked it to the blogs on purpose. And he knew all of this, and he never really just went in on her like he does Liza Rain. So I definitely see what you're saying with the colorism thing. I really think that is something that's going on, and I also think it has something to do with classism, with basically the level of how people look at who you deal with. So now he Sierra and Lori Harvey, he wants to be seen like more pristine to me. And with the OnlyFans, I just feel like I don't really agree with anybody doing OnlyFans, but I hate when celebrities join in on stuff that regular people was doing and it waters down to what the regular people were doing. Like you taking their bag and you taking money from their bag. And in my eyes, it also shows a financial irresponsibility that if you can make $10,000 a show or whatever, and one or two missed shows makes you have to run OnlyFans, that speaks to where you're at financially, that you're not making investments and stuff. And most people, in my mind, if they were already doing OnlyFans, then they probably already been selling their body. Like Black China is not a secret; she's a adult entertainer. But all these other people running OnlyFans, Tahiri and all that kind of stuff, I'm sure that on the low they will sell their bodies and doing some extra stuff on the side, because now all of a sudden Instagram is shut down and people can't have physical contact with you, and everybody's funds is being sold out. Then you want to run the OnlyFans. That just makes me feel like you already really been doing it or whatever, and you just gonna publicize it for the coin. But they already been doing it. People take them trips to Dubai and all that extra stuff. So that's all I really had to say
Right.
about that.
All righty. Well, thank you for calling in.
You're welcome. No problem.
All right. Melanin Queen.
Hey, Nick, can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I want to talk about the Future and Eliza Rain. I think
Go ahead.
Eliza Rain, I think she got pregnant for the check.
Okay.
I think it was real irresponsible for her first because she was on site talking about how they were just friends. And you, as a woman, if you want to have a baby, why would you get pregnant by somebody that's just your friend? You should want to get pregnant by somebody who you're in love with, who you've been with for years, who you got a connection with. The only connection she said they had was the friendship. So I think she did that for a check.
Um, I disagree, but I'll hear you out.
Yeah, because I
I
mean,
strongly disagree because I don't. I mean, having kids is. I mean, yes, is it the ideal situation to be in love or have a situation? But what's all that noise?
go ahead.
We're in the friends with benefits era. Like we're in this era where it's glorified to have friends with benefits. It's glorified to not have commitments. There is a lot of situationships happening all over the globe. So if she's his friend, I feel like there are a lot of people who are friends who end up getting pregnant by friends. So I don't, I just don't agree with that. But I'll let you, you
But
know.
as a grown woman, because I know she's over 30 something years old, I know you're saying this era. But when I think about this era, I think about the 19-year-olds, the 20-year-olds, but she's over 30 years old. So I'm pretty sure she grew up in an era where if you want to have a baby by somebody, it should be somebody that you're in love with, not just your friend. And she kept saying, well, he used to give me business
Yeah, but
advice.
that's not
It didn't.
the era that we're in. It should be that way. Yeah, you should have a baby with somebody you love, but you got to think of the times that we're in.
Yeah, so the time that we in, a lot of girls are having babies for checks. That's why I think she had a baby for a check. I mean, if she didn't, if it wasn't that way, she should have made him put on the condom. You can't just. I mean, it is both of their fault, but at the end of the day, you lay down and you open your legs and you let that man go inside of you without no condom. If you was a woman, a real woman, you would say put on the condom because I don't want to have no baby by you. She wanted to have that baby for a check, or she wanted to have that baby in order to keep him, in order to get a better connection or whatever she said they had. But I don't think she had that baby out of love. I think she had that baby for a check.
Okay. I mean, and I'm not, and I don't want people to think that I don't think that it's possible that she had the baby for a check. I just don't agree with the reasons why people say that she had the baby for a check. Like the reasons that people give behind it. I don't be agreeing with that because if and a lot of the reasons why they blame her, they take a lot of accountability out of Future's part in it. So I also want to make that clear that I'm not sitting here thinking that it's not possible for her to have a baby for a check, but I just don't like when people take out the accountability of the man when he is in control of who he nuts in. He's in control of knowing when he about to nut. Even if they having raw sex, he is the one in control of when he's about to ejaculate. So I just look at it more so. I put more blame on the man than anything because number one, you're rich, you're famous, you already know what comes with it. Before Eliza came along, you already had 7 baby mamas already. So I put more blame on him than anything because at this point in time, you already got 7 baby mamas. So if a girl get pregnant, pay it. I don't agree with the whole ducking and dodging the DNA test and ducking and dodging and doing all of this stuff. If you are the one who got assets to protect, you are the one who should have been more cautious. You are the one who I put more blame on, just me personally. But not to hold folks accountable.
But we all know how Future is, though. At this point, like, we can't hold him accountable for, I mean, well, we can't hold him accountable, but we know how he is. And she knew how he
We gotta
was. She
stop.
said,
We gotta stop. We gotta stop saying we know how somebody is. Just if they got problematic behavior, it's problematic. We can't just say, we know how they are. That how they are is fucked up.
yeah, and he is fucked up, and I'm pretty sure she knew that. So I think as a woman, if you know how this man is, and we are on the outside looking in. She his friend, so I'm pretty sure she know a little bit more about him. You know that this man lay down with damn near anybody and have babies. Why would you put yourself in that predicament? Like why? The only thing I could think of is because you're thinking this man got money and I'm going to get paid. Because if you were smarter than that, you would never lay down with this man and get pregnant. She did it for a check. I don't care what nobody says. She did it for a check. There's no other reason. I don't care how famous she is. She ain't got no money. Fame does not equate the money, and that's why a lot of these celebrities going over to OnlyFans. Just because you're famous doesn't mean you have money.
Okay. All righty. Well, thank you so much for chiming in.
All right, thank you.
All right. Jadori? Jador.
Jador Inks. Hi, how are
Oh,
you?
hi. What's your thoughts?
So I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but I will say that I definitely agree with both you and the last caller as well. And I say that because one, again, us as women, a regular degular guy who isn't rich, famous, isn't a celebrity. By the third baby mama, we're looking at him like, okay, this has to be a bad habit. By
A
the
red
third baby
flag.
mama. So then if you if you're at 4 or 5 or 6, I believe in Elijah's case, she's 8. At some point, you have to be like, okay, this is exactly what he does. You also stress the fact that you guys are friends or were friends. So again, in between all of these baby mamas, you're his friend for all these years, and you're doing whatever you're doing in between time. Because again, this was a long friendship, so she say, and then you turn around and you get pregnant. I'm not saying there's a right time to ever have a child. Her reason for having this child was because of her age, yada yada, whatever. However, again, I feel like it may have been for a check. You knew what this man was doing. You knew that you was the 8th baby mother, but what you didn't know was he was going to make you chase him for that test. Now, let's go back to the colorism. I don't believe it's a colorism with him, a situation with him with his women. I think he treat all women the same. There's no respect. And I don't think there's a such thing of a Lori Harvey because she's an A-lister, or Sierra because she's whatever lister you may think. Because at the end of the day, all of those women had or hold something within themselves. So it's not about money, because clearly Sierra, she was popping when he was with her. Lori Harvey, and let's be real, Lori Harvey has been around the block, so she's not nothing to say, okay, I'm just not going to take a DNA just because I'm with this person. Nope, that's not the case. I don't think it has anything to do with light skin, dark skin, colorism, nothing at all. I think he has no respect for women at all. And also, I wanted to go back to the beginning of the story that you had reported, and you said that it was the baby mama Brittany. That actually wasn't Brittany that was getting out the car, that actually was 6ix9ine baby mother. So I don't think that that was actually accurate when you reported it.
I
Neek.
could have sworn that was his baby mama, Brittany. Hold on, I'll look back if I was wrong, because that's why I said I was confused as to um her
Yeah,
involvement in it. But I
yeah,
have no
no,
problem with correcting anything that I say that is
yeah,
incorrect. But I could have sworn on one of these things that it said that it was Brittany.
yeah, no,
Hold
that
on,
actually was
let me look.
6ix9ine, and that wasn't his baby mother. But I do want to say, even if that was his baby mother, whether it was Brittany or any of them, he feels like he no one can touch them. Like they're his. Again, he has no respect for women. So when he did whatever he did on Twitter and he was speaking about this one belongs to the streets, clearly he has that mentality. They say once he buy you a watch, you are his. So if you go outside of him and date other people or whatever the case may be, then yes, he will disrespect you yet again. So and then it's unfortunate because, and let's go back to him. It's unfortunate because him as a black man, he is supposed to be a king. He should hold these women as queens, but again, a woman should hold herself as a queen first. Never getting into a situation where you know that this man has no problem with having raw sex with women after women after women. Let's forget about the baby. Let's talk about things such as STDs that you can never get rid of. AIDS. So you guys are willing to lay on your back and, have unprotected sex with this celebrity because of the money. And that's my comment on that.
Okay, and I'm looking at this blog. It was Sarah. I don't know who reported, because I definitely read that it was Brittany. So I don't know if this changed or whatever, but I definitely have read Brittany's name somewhere that this was her. But if I incorrectly state something, I definitely have no problem correcting it.
And
So
I know
as it
that.
pertains
That's why I
to
like you. You have
um
no problem
as
with
it
correcting.
pertains to Future, when he was making the comments about they using niggas baby mamas as props, he was talking
Hmm.
about Takashi baby mama, because I was confused on how she entered in to the story, because somewhere else had it reported that that was Brittany. So but yeah, so thank you for chiming in.
Thank you.
All right. Um we are at the 50-minute mark. I only wanted to be on for 30 minutes, so we're way over. So I'm gonna take you and one more person, and then I'm gonna dip because I have some stuff to do.
Okay. Well,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Okay. So I'll make it quick. So the OnlyFans thing, I'll speak on that first. I agree with what the young lady said about. I hate when celebrities or people who have a prestigious platform do things that are kind of normal and kind of watered down, like she said, things that regular people are trying to do every day to increase their income or revenue. I'm not trying to down anyone for hustling and doing whatever they do, but it kind of messes things up because, I mean, even with YouTube, I don't like how I see a lot of A-list celebrities coming on YouTube, and they're literally taking a lot of some of the content away from the bloggers and the people who are already on YouTube, and I don't like that. I really don't like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll say about the. I just don't like that. It really is messed up because some people who don't have the celebrity status or the platform or the followers yet, they're still trying to tap into the normal things that they can put their money into or invest in. You know what I'm saying? But that's just that's neither here nor there. But on the topic of Future, I would say I think we got to stop blaming women. It's a real problem when almost every single person who got on here, Neek, literally was blaming the female. That's conditioning. When
Right.
you guys conditioned to think that way, there is a problem. There was a lapse in how you grew up where that's where you developed that idea or that mindset. Because honestly, like you said, men and women are both equally responsible. And I don't feel like that's a check baby. Honestly, dudes, like, listen, I had a baby by someone who I wasn't their first or their second. So at the end of the day, these men and the women are in different places at different times and stages in their life. We on the outside cannot justify what they talk about, how they do sexual relations, or none of that. We also need to take into account that men say a lot of shit in passion. A lot of men
Right.
say stuff, and women, when we get in the modes, when we going and we on that, there's a lot of things that are said in sexual moments. So let's just keep it at that. I've been in a situation before with regular men, so I know men who are celebrities do it. So let's not keep on pretending like men don't just say things in the moment, and then when they're out the moment, they don't want to say that no more. You know what I'm saying? Men, all men do this, so it's not different from regular men and celebrity men. It's the same. So I do think that yes, after a certain point you see his habits and what he does, yes. And then the women, you can look at that and see, I don't want to deal with that. But at the same time, we cannot negate what is discussed. Maybe those women didn't think they would be the last or another baby mama. Those women probably thought in that relationship, hey, let me stick
That
through
he
this. Let me,
changed.
yeah, let me see what's going on. And then another thing is, when you're in a relationship with someone and you get pregnant with the baby, things change. We act like that's not real. When you get a female pregnant, the whole conversation changes from being about the man and being about the baby. So with that being said, if relationships are going to come and go with that alone, because some men want things to be about them, period. And I think that's Future wants the relationship to be about him. He wants a woman who's going to be waiting on his hand and foot. And when children come, he has realized that the women that he did that with, they're rooting for their children, they're rocking for their kids. And that's how it should be. And that's what I see. Because a lot of them women, they seem like great mothers. But were they bad women to have babies by them and wanted to check? No. They probably came to the same conclusion at different times. And we can't keep on condemning them. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone does dumb stuff. Like, that's reality. But we
Right.
can't keep on holding the women more accountable than the men. That is crazy. Like, it's crazy. I had to call in with that, Neat, because I was just like,
Mhm.
y'all girls is crazy. Men
Right.
say
Yeah.
so much
I
stuff,
agree with
bro.
you. And that's why I'm like, I just don't agree with the rhetoric that he holds no accountability, especially even more so being that he's famous. Like, you have assets to cover, you have assets to protect.
Ooh. And
Like,
girl, you know men say stuff in the middle of sex. Like, you know how that goes, Nick.
right.
Men be all up in that thing, babe. I want you to have my baby. I want you to be my fifth baby. You know what I'm saying? They be making shit sound good. And women be in it too. That's a passionate moment. And then when we snap out of that, we be like, damn, what was we on? You know what I'm saying? Both
Yeah.
people are like that. So we gotta both realize that we're in an altered state, first of all, because when you're doing that, there's so much stuff. Some people be drinking, smoking. Some people just be in an altered state, like you're in that euphoria. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that in itself, we gotta analyze that first. And then, you know, if we want to talk about contraceptives, men, there are things for men and there are things for women. Best contraceptive for men is to pull out. Best contraceptive for women is keep that condom in your purse or get your Uva ring or whatever the hell you do. So, I mean, it's equal. It's very, very equal. We cannot put it on one more than the other at all. I hate when women do that. I really do. And a lot of black women be doing it, and I don't like that. Stop that. Because men are accountable too. They be straight up leaving women with stuck with kids. And yes, we do have to take care of them. But at the same time, the woman also made that decision as well. Yes, but it's no more her fault than his at all. We take the responsibility all the time, but it's not like it's our fault. It's both of their fault. So there's a NuvaRing. There is actually a type of contraceptive called a NuvaRing. So yeah, look that up, sis.
All right. Well, thank you
But
so
yeah,
much.
that's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
Love you. Keep it going.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Love you, bagger. All right. I'm gonna take one more, but you gotta make it quick. So I gotta go. See?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, good night. I think that Queen Bee pretty much touched everything that would be needed to said on this topic. Just another angle on this is that a lot of us are talking from personal experiences, but not really evaluating the order of operation. And yes, in the situation, we know Future in public, which is pretty much the end result of his situations and relationships with these women. These women are also aware of his end result. But the part that we don't know and we cannot sit here and talk on is that private part. That
Right.
part where the intimacy is there, nobody is to know. So to result to this check thing is very irresponsible for anybody to analyze it as such, because the only checks you will be getting is the check that's granted from the government under child support for his lack of being there. That is not something rewarded to the mother for laying on her back. That's not a, hey, I got this. Unfortunately, sometimes it looks that way, but that's only because we're judging that from a point of view of the people who don't have that money. So when we look at those checks, we in a big shock because we know that's something that would hurt us, but it would not hurt them. It would not hurt him to give that woman $10,000 or more or less a month for 5 years of her being on her back and stunting her growth, to be sitting there worrying about him and bringing on his life. That's a benefit for him. That's not a benefit for her. And that check is not a benefit either, because that child's life is damaged because now we got another him to worry about or a problem for his lack thereof. So to make that seem like that check is such a big thing, y'all are in a very bad predicament. And I very much suggest y'all get on some economics and y'all worry about some financial wealth and get out of that mindset. That's some real bottom of the barrel stuff.
All righty. Well, thank you so much for chiming in.
Good night.
All right. All right, y'all. That's all for this video. I will see you guys tomorrow or the next day or whenever I do another video. If you're not subscribed to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you have not checked out my website, neekatnight.com, be sure to go on over there and check it out ASAP. It is Neek at Night, spelled exactly like my channel, neekatnight.com. And check out the PJs on over there. And I will be adding more items each day this week. All right, guys.